But I want to express that there's long marriages and there's wonderful long marriages, and there's a difference. Many people unfortunately have long marriages that aren't so wonderful, and we all may know some of them. I shouldn't mention any names, but Ole and Lena, they were married for 65 years. And their marriage was not the most wonderful, as you may know, but it was actually no more evident when Lena passed away, and she was on her deathbed at her home. And sorry. And, you're good. You're good. Anyway, Ole, being the great husband he is, he was at her bedside holding her hand, and they knew the time was drawing near. And in a weak voice, Lena said, "Ole, would you please open the cedar chest at the foot of the bed?" And Ole goes, "Of course, honey, I'll do that for you." And he was very curious because she'd had that cedar chest since she was in high school, and it was off limits to him. He was never to look in there. So he goes back and he opens the cedar chest, and off to one side is a pile of cash, and the other side there are 2 ears of corn. And this kind of puzzles Ole, but of course it doesn't take much to puzzle Ole. But he looks and he says to Lena, "Well, how much money do you have in that cedar chest there?" She goes, "Well, somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200, I think." He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, what's up with the 2 ears of corn?" Well, some people would have questioned the money more, but it's Ole, and well, So he said, "What's up with the 2 ears of corn?" And it's good. He goes, "What's up with the 2 ears of corn?" And she said, "Well, I'm sorry to say that every time I was unfaithful to you, I put an ear of corn in the cedar chest." And Ole was just devastated by this news, and he was trying to gather his thoughts, both of them. And and he said, so he's trying to, still thinking about this, and he finally says to himself that, okay, she's in her deathbed. We've been married 65 years. There's 2 ears of corn in there. I still need to forgive her. So he out loud said, I forgive you, Lena, for what you've done. And she said, "Thank you." And he's still trying to gather both of his thoughts, and he sits down back at the chair, and he starts thinking about the money in there, and said, "Well, where'd that $1,200 come from?" She goes, "Well, every time I accumulated a bushel of corn, I sold it." So that's an example of a long marriage that isn't so wonderful. So anyway, Ryan, Melissa, or Stephanie, and Melissa. Stephanie, we love you. We're so proud of you. Ryan, we love you. We're proud to have you a member of our family. And as far as your entire family, we don't get to see them very often, but we feel a very special bond there, and always will. And I love you guys. And let's raise a glass to these two. All right. All right. Love you guys. Thank you very much.
Hello. I'm gonna start. Okay, can I turn? Yeah. How am I gonna follow that? Steph, she told me she was going to write this for me. She ran out of time. Shocking. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm Melissa. I'm Stephanie's sister, and now I guess I'm your sister-in-law. You're welcome. You're honored. Oh, okay. Steph, I think you would agree that you and I have always butted heads a little bit. Just a little bit. I know I can drive you crazy, and you know you can absolutely drive me crazy. But when it comes down to it, I know you have my back and I have yours. I know you'll always be there to make me laugh. All you really have to do is just do that. Or you just lay on the hood of my car and flare your nostrils. And that's just, it's so funny, you guys. You'll have to ask her to do it. Okay. Like a year ago. No, I'm kidding. It was many years ago, but I can't forget about it. Okay. Oh, goodness sakes. I hope you always feel like you can come to me for advice, especially when you start having babies, which I hope that will be soon. Micah wants some cousins on this side. Even though we're 10 hours apart, I know we'll always have a close relationship. You're an awesome sister, an amazing aunt, and I just love you so much. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I have to talk about Ryan a little bit here. God knew what he was doing when he made you wait 30 years for this guy. Ryan, with you, we knew there was something different. I'll never forget the first time. Are you okay? Different. In a good way. It's good, different. Come on now, it's good. I'll never forget the first time we met you. It was Christmas of 2018, and we had a little surprise for Steph and Ryan, and also Nate and Lauren, with me being 8 months pregnant with Violet. So you had to either be thinking we were just kind of a crazy little family, or we were absolutely hilarious. And I'll just go with hilarious. Yeah. Steph, I do really believe that God knew what he was doing when he made you wait for this guy right here. Yes, Ryan, I'm talking about you. He makes you smile, laughs, loves you unconditionally, and at times drives you crazy, which is what a good husband should do. I truly believe he is the missing piece to your puzzle. And not only does he fit well with you, but he fits in with our whole family. And I couldn't ask for anyone more suited for you than you, Ryan. Hi. Everyone, please raise your glass. Welcome to our family. We love you guys so much. Love you. Oh, your milk. I know you want that.
Okay, I just have to say something after that. For like those of you who don't know the story, like my sister loves pranking me, so she thought the ultimate prank would be to not tell me that she was pregnant and like have me not find out until she was 36 weeks along. So we would FaceTime like frequently, and she just never showed below here. But I love you, so thank you.
What up? Hey everybody, I'm Matt. I am the co-best man with Aaron Eidsness here. So just so you guys know, we're going to be splitting this speech because I think you'll find it more entertaining that way, and we each only had to write half a speech then. So hope you guys can work with us on that. So I've known Ryan for about 30 years. Grew up in North Park. Where my North Park people at? Yeah. And Ryan was also my best man, so this is really cool that we get to do this for you as well. Everybody looks great, but they look the best. Would you guys agree? Yeah. Okay. And yeah, just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who helped put this together. Beautiful venue. Food was delicious, right? Beers are good. Yeah, so more to hear from me in a second.
All right. And yeah, hey everybody. Like Matt said, my name's Aaron. Ryan and I go way back. I think he was the first person that I maybe met in Colorado. I don't know if you guys remember when slip-on shoes were a thing, but Ryan was all about wearing 2 different colored slip-on shoes back in the day. And yeah, it was the 90s, I guess. That's an excuse. But that was my first impression of Ryan. I was moving from North Dakota, and this guy introduces himself to me with one orange shoe and one purple shoe. But anyways, despite that, I gave him a second chance, and here we are, 30 years later. Yeah, like Matt said, I'd like to just take a quick minute to appreciate, where we are, this beautiful venue, and say thanks to Ryan and Steph for picking one that's a little bit out of town so we can have a good party here later on tonight, not bother anybody. All right. I know that there's been a lot of people who have put a lot of work into today. Especially like to thank Kathy and Doug and the rest of Steph's family, as well as Debbie and Katie and Jenna. Not only for your help in making this day possible, but for raising such a stunning bride, and Ryan as well. Finally, again, on behalf of Ryan and Stephanie and the rest of the bridal party, I'd just like to say thanks to everybody for coming today. I know it means the world to them to be here and share in this special day. Yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but looking at Ryan, world traveler that's not the first thing that comes to mind, but that's always been one thing that I've always been impressed with, Ryan's passion to travel. I think the only continent that you haven't been on is maybe Antarctica. Oh, okay, South America, whatever. Anyways, I'm sure you'll get there before too long. But wherever he's traveling, Ryan's always around good people, and that's just good people are always just drawn to Ryan. Obviously, Ryan and Stephanie. Sorry. So, anyways, a number of years ago, Ryan took a little break from his exotic world travels and came up to a little place called North Dakota with my family for a family reunion. Not a place that too many people get to go and visit, but he did it anyways and embellished us. There's not a whole lot to do up in North Dakota, as you guys can imagine. I think we drank a lot of light beer and cruised around in my cousin's 1970 Chevelle, threw some horseshoes. But nonetheless, Ryan always has a good time wherever he's at. That's another thing about Ryan. He's always going to have fun. And I've heard a bunch of stories about going to other Midwest places, going to see Katie and Jesus out in Orange City, Iowa. And, while those places aren't, they don't have the Great Wall of China or castles or whatever in Europe, they seem to be kind of their, some of more of his fond memories, just spending time with good people. Now fast forward a couple years, he meets Steph, who's also a good firecracker Midwestern girl. Good people, Midwest, right? And I've heard a lot of stories over the past couple days about Stephanie and how sweet she is and the life of the party. And, while I haven't experienced a whole lot of those stories just yet, I know, right? But I'm really looking forward to making memories with you guys for years to come. Yeah, and we're going to jump over to Matt.
Woo! Give it up for Aaron. Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, he'll be here all week. So with these types of speeches, right, you want to honor the people you're talking about or the person. So I finished this 30 seconds ago. And Steph, I want you to know that Ryan is thinking about you right now. But he's also looking at these trees and thinking about what kind of a game he can make out of these trees. He's thinking about, okay, where's a ball? Could I get it through that little split in the tree right there? Okay, so just know that. Okay, his brain is just working that way. He's the only guy I know who could be in like a blank room and come up with some kind of a game to entertain himself with. So yeah, tell me if you've heard any of these names of these games. We got Pig Horse. I think a lot of people like Pig Horse out here, right? Yeah, okay. We got Baki. Yeah, right? Andy. Yeah. Andy was part of the original Baki crew. We got Pick 'em, Drink 'em. That's a good one. And some kind of Pong game. That there are children present that I don't... that I heard about. If there's any patent lawyers in the audience, if we could start to get these to market, I think that'd be great. There's so many stories just growing up with Ryan that I could tell, and from vacations to Fort Collins nights, and then stories I could actually tell. But I want to talk about one that involves Steph, because I think it kind of ties everything together. So, I was, oh, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm in a wedding. Oh, you're in a wedding? Cool. What are you doing in the wedding? Oh, you're co-best man? That's cool. I want to do that someday. Just kidding. That never happened. But so it's your best friend Ryan. What's he like? Well, tall, dark, handsome, obviously, right? But then I tell people that he's fiercely loyal, and that he prioritizes time with family, that he loves Steph, and that he would do anything for his friends and family. I think we'd all agree. I mean, look at us all here. Ryan would do anything for us, and we would do the same for him. And Steph as well, also. He has a huge heart, and then travel and concerts. And it was at a concert where I first heard about Steph. I'm going to rewind for a second. So Ryan and I went to the same elementary school, same middle school, then went to different high schools. So kind of during like the dating years when you like talk about girls a lot, we just never really established that kind of like dynamic in that relationship. But at Rascal Flats, we were with my wife Katie right here, and Ryan pulls his phone out and he's like, "Hey, she's cute, huh?" And I don't know if it was just the magic of Rascal Flats or Red Rocks or this Denver skyline twinkling in the distance, but like literally Ryan lit up when I think you guys had gone on your first date the night before, because that was September 11th, that we went to Rascal Flats. And then he started to tell us about how he wanted to take you on another date to Red Rocks the next night. Usually Red Rocks once a summer is really good for me. But for Ryan, it's probably 5 or 6. So just, I don't know, something about that was pretty special. So for Ryan to talk to me about a girl when we hadn't in a long time, I knew something was going on there, right? And so kind of fast forward to today. And you guys are beautiful. Thank you so much for having all of us. And so I just want to say, Ryan and Steph, we're all so happy for you guys. As you guys start this new journey of marriage together, don't forget to enjoy the little things, to dream big, and remember that we're here for you. Here's to the many adventures to come, to love, and to Hawks.
Awesome. So yeah, with that, I'd like to have everybody raise their glass. Toast to the bride and groom. And may today be the day that you guys love each other the least.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah. Go, Katie! All right, I'll bring us home. I'm Katie. I am the older sister of the younger sisters. Middle child. Of Brian. Oh, of Brian. Can you hear me? Okay. I felt compelled to get up and say something on behalf of someone who we so badly wish could be here tonight. Ryan, Dad would be so proud of you. He loved to join in with all the people who are here to celebrate you as you made one of the biggest decisions of your life, which was today. He would really enjoy getting to know Steph and her incredible family that we're so lucky to be a part of now.
and he would really have given anything to be at the front table next to Mom, who looks so beautiful tonight, watching the joy radiate from your faces. But enough about that. It's time to switch gears for a minute. I want to take a hot second to take credit for the two of you getting matched up. It turns out the dating app Hinge, I'm sure we've all heard of it, where Ryan and Steph met, has an algorithm that looks at their members' mutual friends on social media and pairs them up as possible matches. And my roommate in college in Iowa has a cousin named Jenny who grew up in the town where Stephanie is from. And so because I was friends with Jenny on Facebook, and Stephanie's friends with Jenny on Facebook, and Ryan and I are friends on Facebook, Stephanie and Ryan got matched up. So you're welcome. Yeah, shout out to Jenny. My family's uniquely close. We spend a ridiculous amount of time together, and we have become really great friends with each other's friends. I have always admired Ryan for his ability to not only make friends easily, but the way that he keeps every single friend in his life for the long haul. He's so often the first to invest in a friendship and will certainly be the last to give up on one. I think a testament to that is the size of the guest count tonight. And have you seen this wedding party? And it was right after, and this was after an incredibly painful process of elimination. You guys have no idea. It was so hard to figure out this guest. I'll never forget how excited Ryan was when he found his future wife, who had and keeps just as many friends as he does, and could easily match his ideal wedding party. It was really great to be able to look at this head table and see so many wonderful friends that we have from all phases of our lives. We have friends from young childhood, all the way through school, and friendships that were created in adulthood. And this, in my opinion, is quite a feat. Ryan has some funny little quirks. He's a master procrastinator that loves to travel, will try any new food once, and is ready to experience all that this life has to offer, like deep sea fishing, venturing into Africa alone, and skydiving over the Great Barrier Reef. He often talked about how much he wanted a girlfriend that enjoyed his passions like he does. And not only will Steph try any food, props to you, but she's also passionate about traveling and led us all the way through the rainforest of Costa Rica on a zip line. When Ryan first met Steph, he was telling me that he's really enjoying talking to a girl from South Dakota. And while some of you may not know where South Dakota is, it's in the Midwest. They say bag, flag, and wagon weird. They're famous for Mount Rushmore and a few other things you can Google later. But jokes aside, I love that Stephanie's from Sioux Falls. Having attended school in Iowa, I wholeheartedly believe that truly the nicest people are from the Midwest. So right from the get-go, I was pro Stephanie. We have so many friends that tried to set Ryan up with a nice girl. He would go on dates and often came home talking about how they were nice, but they lacked that spark he was looking for. He always wanted a girl that was beautiful, smart, nice, and the right kind of crazy. Enter Steph, you guys. Getting to know Steph has been a really fun experience. She's caring, she's kind, fun, a bit chaotic, and a little like a whirlwind. She fit seamlessly into our family, and we knew right away that she was the perfect fit, not only for Ryan, but for this whole Phillips fam. Stephanie came into our lives during a really difficult year for us in 2018. I know that God moved her into our lives at the right time because she was a much-needed pillar of comfort and strength to not only Ryan, but to the rest of us. She joined in our weekly, She joined in our weekly breakfast with Papa, as well as many other family gatherings. Papa adored Stephanie, and he so often told me that he wanted Ryan to go ahead and marry that girl. And if Papa approved, we all approved. I'm honored to get to watch firsthand as your lives develop together as a married couple. I pray that your friendship gets richer, that your love grows stronger, and you continue to run towards the experiences this life has to offer. So let's raise our glasses to the lovebirds, Stephanie and Ryan. But wait, there's more. I got a letter from a very special groomsman that couldn't be here, and he asked me to read it. So from the Irish groomsman, 4,365 miles away. Ryan and Stephanie, oh, he also said he cried while I wrote this. Ryan and Stephanie, here in Ireland, we are 7 hours ahead of you in Colorado. So what you don't know is I've already attended your wedding from the future and am now tucked in bed, a little tipsy. Where do I begin, Ri-Fi, my dear Samwise? We live on the other side of the world, but our friendship has always been the closest. Thank you for being my best man in Ireland in 2016, even though your calves were too massive for Irish suit pants. I'm just sorry I can't be there in return for your big day, but I can't wait to celebrate with you both, whenever that may be. Until that time, I will raise a glass for you tonight. Hang on. To lifelong friendship, to love, to Ryan and Stephanie Phillips. Cheers. All love from Fra, Sarah, and our 700 kids under 4. Okay, that's all. I'm done now.
So like Ryan and I don't even have the words. We really don't. We've been talking about it for like a week. We're like, what are we gonna say to everybody? And like, we just don't have the words to express to you how much we love you, and you're here because like you're the most important people in our lives, and we're so blessed. We're so grateful. How hot does my groom look? We can't even go into thanking everybody. Like, we had so much help. I can't even start listing people off because I know we're gonna forget people. But just please know, to our families, to the wedding planners and DJs, all the vendors, everybody, like, it's been, just amazing, and we're so grateful. So thank you. We also wanted to give a shout out to my bridesmaid and Ryan's groomsmen who couldn't be here tonight. We love you. My bridesmaid's in Australia. Ryan's groomsman is in Ireland, and we love them and miss them tonight. So,
yeah, like she said, we have so many people to thank tonight. Doug and Kathy, everything was amazing. Everything was great, and thank all of you for coming out to support us, and we love all of you guys so much. Chanel, thank you so much for making so many of the signs for tonight. I know that took a lot of time, and we really appreciate that a lot. And I know all of you, we're missing a few people who couldn't travel, but a lot of you traveled a long way to come and be with us here tonight. And honestly, like, we're so blessed, like, just looking around, recognizing all of you guys. Thank you so much, and thank you for your support as we begin our lives together. Yeah, and I could not be marrying into a better family, and I mean that. Like, it's a large family. It's quite large. I'm still meeting some of you, I think, for the first time, but you've all been amazing, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. So thank you all.
I have to say the same. Like, when I moved here, I was homesick. I remember, like, when Ryan and I started dating, I had been living here for like a year, and I would call him just like crying, like, I miss my family, like, and obviously I still miss you all the time. But having your family just take me in, like, with open arms, and that's just, it feels like home. So thank you to the Phillips, gifts and Santoyos, for just being so amazing and really welcoming me into your family. And again, we'll never have the words to express how we feel today. We love you all. We only made it to half the tables we were rocking around because we can't stop talking. So we love you and thank you.
So let's raise our glasses one more time. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate with us. And then let's go dance.